Okay. Hello. Graceful. Welcome back. Sorry if I'm a little low energy here.
Mitch had a long, exhausting day.
Long and exhausting.
We all have them.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this week. It was a thought I had earlier. And I think it's a common thing that goes around Minnesota. A common rumor, I guess. Or whatever you want to call it. Are Minnesotans passive aggressive?
I was wondering if you were going to ask that. Yes.
That was quick.
We
That
are.
was very quick to say yes.
We are passive aggressive.
You think just a majority of people are?
More so than not, yes.
Than other places? More so than other places?
I don't know. I guess I don't know because I haven't been to other places. But when I think of New York, I just feel like they're just rude because they just say it how it is. But I've never been there, so I don't know. That's just what I hear. So you've been there.
Passive-aggressive behavior is a pattern of indirectly expressing negative feelings instead of openly addressing them.
Yeah, so like me being mad at you but not saying anything.
Right. Yeah.
And just being crabby all day. That's something you did, but I'm not telling you what you did to make me crabby.
So why do you think Minnesotans are passive-aggressive?
Because we are like fake nice sometimes. Oh, sorry.
Is that from personal experience? Do you feel like you're fake nice?
I'm passive aggressive. I'm working on it. I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to use my words.
Okay.
If I get mad, instead of just not telling you why I'm mad or why whatever you did that caused me to be upset.
Okay. So was it passive aggressive this week? Was our fight passive aggressive? Because we didn't talk. Is that passive aggressive? Technically.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
Expressing negative emotion
Yes.
and not addressing it
Yes, we were passive aggressive this week.
because we didn't talk to each other.
Yeah, it was like 3 days.
Monday, I think it happened.
I think it started Wednesday.
No, I think maybe Tuesday.
It was a day I had off, and you left the whole day.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was Monday or Tuesday.
It was Wednesday because I came home Tuesday night to
we didn't
bottles.
talk. We didn't talk until.
And so when I woke up the next
No, you might
morning,
have came home Monday night, Amy.
I promise you it was Wednesday.
Okay.
Promise.
Either way.
So we got in a fight Wednesday morning, and you're like, "I'm leaving." I was like, "Go," and so you went and worked from somewhere. I don't know where you went.
Caribou. That's how I figured out it was closing.
Yeah, so you went to Caribou, and I had the whole day.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean you had the whole day?
Like, it was just me and the kids the whole day because you left for work.
Yeah. Because I had to go work somewhere. I had to get something done.
Well, you
And
left because of our argument.
I couldn't be around. I didn't want to be around that while I was trying to get work done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mornings are busy.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Mornings are busy. Time of stress.
So yeah, I guess that was passive aggressive. I didn't exactly. I think it's per case for sure, but I don't know the word aggressive. I don't.
You don't like that word?
No, I don't like that word. It just makes passive aggressive sound so bad.
Passive aggressive isn't that?
But it's really like not, I guess, that bad. I don't think.
It's not a good trait to have.
But we all have negative traits. At least we're not like, I don't know, screaming at everybody. Oh, there's Lula. She's up. We got a baby up. There is, I would say.
Here's the dilemma. Do we go get her so she doesn't wake up the brother? And just
Is she upstairs? Mm-hmm. Oh, then we probably should go get her.
Brief intermission. And she can join the podcast for a few minutes.
Okay.
Solo time.
Solo time. Wow, look at this. I would say that Minnesota can be passive aggressive at times, but like I said, I don't think it's necessarily the worst trait to have because I think we're generally nice people and we choose to deal with the issues with ourselves instead of taking them out on other people. So the passive aggressive, I think, is more just us trying to solve issues within ourselves rather than projecting our issues onto other people. Yeah, I don't know. That's just a thought that I had this week, because I always hear people say, is Minnesota's passive aggressive, or we're not actually Minnesota nice, but I feel like we are pretty nice. I feel like people from Minnesota are great, and I think the passive aggressiveness just comes from being kind, because you want to respect other people's emotions, and you want to respect other people's time, I guess, like feeling the emotions. So I don't think passive aggressive is the worst. You missed my monologue, but
Can you move my chair?
yeah. Welcome.
Can you move it?
Welcome. Oh, you're gonna stand?
I'm probably just gonna stand.
Nice, good
Does
move.
that look weird?
No, I might stand at some point with you. Another thing I was going to bring up is I think it's funny when texting gets misconstrued. Like, you can be texting in one way and someone can be feeling a certain way and completely not be catching the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a text exchange with a gal this week, or the lady who takes care of our place up in Pillager, and I think she was misconstruing the words that I was saying, the communication, because it was just a whole miscommunication in general. I just didn't know that how she was going to pay for a snowplow, and she thought I was calling her out for something, and I wasn't. I just didn't know that. I just didn't know how she. I just didn't know how she was going to pay for the snowplow.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a misunderstanding, but we cleared it up, and it's all good. Another funny thing this week was, I think it was on like Thursday or something, or Friday for dinner. You kept putting things away, and I wasn't done eating. So you put like 3 spoons in the dishwasher, and we weren't talking. So I just kept getting new spoons and new forks.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back in the fridge. What were we having that night?
Alfredo and grapes.
I don't remember.
We were having
but
chicken Alfredo, and
No,
there's
I don't think
another
it was.
plate. It was chicken Alfredo.
I don't think.
But there was something else. I don't remember what that
It was
was.
something else that I took out, because you put it away in like Tupperware and everything, and I took it out of the fridge and ate it.
I don't remember you taking that.
But it was funny because you just kept putting my dirty dishes into the
Mitch
dishwasher,
wouldn't
but I
talk to
wasn't.
me.
But I wasn't done.
He wouldn't talk to me.
I wouldn't talk to you because you yelled at me on Wednesday morning.
You yelled at me too.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember that.
You did. We both yelled at each other.
Yeah, and you're right. It doesn't matter who started it. We both got frustrated.
I started it.
Yeah, because you woke up in a bad mood
That
because there was a couple bottles left.
No, so what started it was the bottles. Coming home, I like to reset the whole kitchen before I go to bed. No dishes in the sink. Bottles clean or in the dishwasher, wherever it is, but nothing is left like out. Why are you smiling?
Because I'm happy to see you. Happy to finally be talking to you again.
So I like to do that every night, and I usually do it every night, but I work Mondays and Tuesdays till 10, so when Mitch has the kids, that's when I sort of expect him to do it because he is home. And then I don't have to do it when I get home. And so I came home Tuesday night, and there were bottles there, and I'm like, oh my God, great.
You said there was 3, right?
There's 3, Wrigley's bottle and 2 of Lula's.
So my thought on the whole thing was that she usually washes her pump parts when she gets home that have milk in them. So I figured she would just wash the bottles with the pump parts.
But the thing is I haven't been doing that for a couple weeks.
And I didn't know that.
Mitch doesn't know that.
So there we are.
So then
miscommunicating.
Miscommunication. And then that night also, Lula was up. I feel like it was just not a good night's sleep either. So I get home. I went to bed not in a great mood. And then I woke up just exhausted. And then mornings are also very stressful for me. It's just a series of things, and I have a routine of doing it. And so
I think part of the reason that it's stressful is because you work very fast.
Because I have a lot to do, and I want to just get it all done so I can enjoy my time. I don't want to just be constantly doing something all day. I want to get my tasks done so I can then spend time with Wrigley, because we go to his room in the morning. We kind of have a routine. I feed Lula. Wrigley and I do like our breakfast, and I make coffees.
But isn't there part of it like where you're working so fast and stressing yourself out so much that it just continues to roll over into later hours, into other events, like going and playing with him in his room?
No, not usually. Not when it goes well.
Usually once you're all done with it, you're completely
sometimes
fine.
It's stressful, and sometimes it's always stressful, I should say that. But sometimes the stress is more easily managed. Like when I don't have a screaming toddler, or like, for example, the bottles being out the night before, that just added to my morning routine that's already busy, that I didn't want to have to do. And so I'm not good at audibling. I know that.
I mean, you kind of, we don't need to use the exact words that were chosen in the fight, but I mean, you kind of acted like.
I said, you don't help.
You said, I don't help at all.
And then you came back with F-bomb you.
Yeah, that's probably a poor choice of words.
Hey.
You just got me to my boiling point. Hi, cutie. You are so pretty.
The thing is
She's so tired.
The thing is I typically won't take it personally, because I know I'm saying things I shouldn't mean, and it's all in the moment that we don't mean it, but we're saying it.
100%.
So, but there are some times when I do take what you say personally, and I'm like, that's mean.
Like what?
I don't know, just some things.
You can't provide an example. You just remember the feeling. Mm-hmm. It must not have been that detrimental to you.
The conversation we had in the car this morning.
What was that?
Almost made me tear up.
Yeah, you were getting fired up again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that comes from. I think it was a lot of the pent-up stuff that we still hadn't talked about.
Maybe that.
Because I don't think we really resolved it yesterday.
I also thrive off like organization and like cleanliness.
Yeah, but your
and
organization.
Just having things work seamlessly, though.
You're Monica Geller.
I am Monica Geller.
You're Monica Geller.
But also seamlessness. Like,
but
it wasn't.
Your organizing is shoving a bunch of stuff into a closet, which is not organizing.
Nah. Toys, shoving in a closet, it's going to get messed up the next day or an hour later. So
I'm not just saying toys. Look at the Tupperware.
I hate Tupperware.
Look at the pots and pans.
I have the one side.
One side, because there's a rack for them.
Exactly. I don't touch
the other one.
I don't really use the other side unless I have to, because I just use those ones.
Yeah. Either way, you like organized and you like tidy, but it's not necessarily always organized and tidy.
Like Monica Geller. If it's visible to me and it's unorganized, I don't like it. But if it's hidden.
But doesn't the one that's hidden like hide in your mind as well?
No.
And stress you out?
I can't see it. If it can't see it, it doesn't bother me.
See, I'm the opposite.
That's like Monica, but I will say.
I like for Wrigley's drawers, like it felt really good to organize his clothes.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, I was going to say, every time I open the two used to be junk drawers.
Oh, yeah.
And those aren't the way they were. It's like, oof, that feels good. And I didn't even do it. I've done it before. I've done it twice. Tried to reorganize, and they always just get built back up because a lot of it was paperwork.
That was crazy that I found like a couple not cashed checks.
Yeah. But back to the conversation this morning of how I like seamlessness and like efficiency. it started with I'm going to go back out the truck, and you said no.
Because I was putting on my shoes with my keys in my pocket, where I could have just gone out with you and pulled the truck out, and you wouldn't have had to change where the seat was.
But so this was my thought process is I would go pull out the truck, and then you would be out right behind me, and you'd get Wrigley in, and at the same time you're doing that, I would be getting Lula in. Instead of me just standing and waiting until you get Wrigley in and then back up and then do that. That was where my mind was at, because it's cold out, and then I end up waiting and my hands get cold, and it's a stupid problem. But that was the process in my mind, is I would go back it out, me and Lula, and I'd get Lula in the car, and you'd be getting Wrigley in the car, and I'd get in the car, and then you'd get in the car. Instead of you back it up, get Wrigley in, me wait, and then me do it, and da-da-da-da. Seemed more efficient to do it the way that I had in my mind.
We're 16 minutes in now, so I'm going to cut this off, but I love you.
Moral of the story.
Moral of the story. And I guess sometimes fighting's not always great, but
no.
Sometimes you gotta just figure it out.
We will say we both can agree on this. It was a nice 3 days.
It was very nice.
It was a nice
Things
3
were
days.
done very efficiently. There was no asking other people to do things. It was just you just saw something, you did it.
Because we were
There was
stubborn.
no question. But it worked. And then, like, these last couple of days, I've kind of been thinking maybe we go back to not talking, because now you're just asking me to do things.
Because I'm asking
over
for
and
help.
over.
Now I have help. I didn't have any help for 3 days. I will say in
All
those
right.
3
Well,
days.
thanks for listening,
Wait.
everybody.
In those 3 days, the snow almost broke me.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We love you guys. Say hi, Lula. Say night-night. Night-night. All right. Bye, everybody.